is the story of Ginger and Pickles. Once there was a little shop called Ginger and Pickles. The shop was just the right size for dolls. Lucinda and Jane, who lived in the dollhouse, always bought their groceries at Ginger and Pickles. The counter inside was also just the right height for rabbits. Ginger and Pickles sold red spotted handkerchiefs, sugar, and galoshes. The shop sold nearly everything except for a few things you might want in a hurry, like shoelaces, hairpins, and lamb chops. Ginger and Pickles were the owners of the shop. Ginger was a yellow tomcat, and Pickles was a dog. The rabbit who came into the shop, the rabbits who came into the shop were always a little bit afraid of Pickles. The mice were rather fearful of Ginger. Ginger usually asked Pickles to help the mice because he said helping the mice made him hungry. I cannot bear to see them going out the door carrying their little packages, said Ginger. I had the same feeling about the rabbits, replied Pickles, but it would not be right to eat our own customers. They would leave us and go to Tabitha Twitchit's store. Actually, they wouldn't shop anywhere anymore if that happened, replied Ginger gloomily. Tabitha Twitchit ran the only other shop in the village, and she did not give credit. Ginger and Pickles gave unlimited credit. Now, the meaning of credit is this: if a customer buys a bar of soap, instead of paying for it right away, she says she can pay another time. Pickles, being a very kind sort, makes a low bow and says, "With pleasure, madam." Then Pickles carefully writes the amount of the owed money in a book, and the records for all the items bought on credit were kept in this book. Customers come again and again and bought a lot in spite of being afraid of Ginger and Pickles. Everyone liked to use the credit that Ginger and Pickles let them have. But there was no money in the money drawer. Day in and day out, lots and lots of customers came and went, but they never paid as much as a penny for the peppermints. And as there was never any money, Ginger and Pickles had to eat food from the shop. Pickles ate biscuits and Ginger ate canned fish. They would eat their dinner by candlelight after the shop was closed every day. The 1st of January came around. As Ginger and Pickles looked over their record-keeping books, poor Pickles was unable to buy a dog license. He was not able to walk around outside without a dog license. It is very unpleasant, Pickles told Ginger. I am afraid of the police. It is your own fault for being a dog. Being a cat, I do not need a license, replied Ginger. I am afraid I will be arrested. I have tried to buy a license on credit at the city hall, but they do not give credit there, said Pickles. The place is full of police officers, too. I met one when I was coming home. Let's send another bill to Samuel Whiskers. He owes us a lot for bacon, sighed Ginger. Let's send everyone their bills again, said Pickles. Ginger and Pickles went into their room in the back of the store. There they worked on the bills. It was quiet as they added up numbers and numbers and numbers. After a while they heard a noise in the front of the shop. As Ginger and Pickles walked to the front of the store, they were surprised at what they saw. An envelope was on the counter, and a police officer doll was writing in a notebook. Pickles nearly had a fit. He barked and he barked. Bite him, Pickles, called Ginger from behind a sugar barrel. He's only a doll. See the police officer? The police officer doll kept writing in his notebook. Pickles kept on barking and barking until he just finally gave up. When it was all quiet, Pickles found the shop was empty. The officer had disappeared, but the envelope was still on the counter. Ginger walked over to the counter and picked up the envelope. Pickles was becoming very worried about the whole situation. "Do you think he's gone to get the real live police officer?" Pickles asked Ginger. "I'm afraid the letter says I must go to court." "No, you do not need to go to court," answered Ginger, who had opened the envelope. After carefully reading the rest of the letter, Ginger announced, "It is a tax bill." Pickles was upset. They had no money for the things they already needed. Now they were going to have to pay taxes too. "This is the last straw," said Pickles. "Let's close the shop." So Ginger and Pickles locked the door and shutters and left. The closing of the shop caused many problems. Tabitha Twitchit immediately raised the price of everything in her store by a penny, and still she refused to give credit. Everyone was pleased when Sally Hennypenny put up posters to say she was going to reopen Ginger and Pickle's shop. The posters said, "Henny's grand opening sale, pennies, penny prices. Come try, come buy." The posters made everyone want to visit the new shop. On opening day, the shop was filled with customers. Sally Hennypenny gets rather nervous when she tries to count out change, and she does insist on being paid in cash, but she is quite harmless, and her store has a remarkable assortment of bargains. There's something to please everybody.